Over the next few days, I'm going to be working on wrapping a lot of the chrome trim on our BMW X7. This is the next section I'm going to be tackling. I've got a piece of the 3M 1080 matte carbon fiber wrap cut out already. A little bit bigger than what I need there. I used some denatured alcohol and microfiber cloth to get everything cleaned up on the trim and around it. You can see you still got dirt here and everything. I don't care about that section as long as we've got a few inches of clean area around our work area. That should be good. The car's definitely in need of a wash. So we've got everything wiped down with denatured alcohol. You can also use isopropyl alcohol. I'm gonna take this, you can see it's rolled this way. I'm gonna roll it backwards so that it flattens it out a little bit, and then just get it applied on there in approximately the right area. And then once we get it tacked on, we're gonna start somewhere in the middle and start smoothing it out with our felt tip squeegee that you wanna use for any kind of vinyl wrapping. And then we'll start working on the edges. We'll get the edges cut and tucked and everything so that you don't see any of the chrome once it's all finished. I went ahead and wrapped the vinyl wrap backwards against the curl that it had before. We'll kind of squish it around a little bit, let it flatten out, and now there's no more curl to it. So we're gonna take that, pull the backing off, make sure we've got all this dust off of my dirty garage floor off of it, and then tack it right on there, approximately in the right area. Make sure we've got good coverage on all sides with at least maybe a ½ inch of overlap on any of the edges so that we have room to pull and manipulate it, and then we'll start working the vinyl into the piece. I've got it just kind of pasted on there. The end of the chrome piece is right here at the top. It comes out to about this edge right here and this edge here, and you can see the line that it follows right there. So I've got good overlap everywhere. Now what I'm gonna do is start in the middle and use my felt tip squeegee and just squeeze all of the air out in all different directions there as well. This is a fairly flat piece, so it won't require really any heating or anything. I didn't get to take much more video during the process because I had my hands full, but it's all done. You can see the lip is wrapped right to the edge is where I cut it. If you look around back of it, you can see chrome, but obviously you can't see the back of it. You got the edges wrapped on this side, on the bottom, all wrapped, and then this side as well. These really tight corners, what I like to do is use the hard part of the squeegee and just keep gently tucking, and then once I get as much material tucked in there as I can, then use one of this style squeegee with the sharper edges, and then again start tucking real gently, and then go back and forth, and then what you'll notice will happen is the sharp edge will eventually start cutting the vinyl as you're tucking it in, and it'll just make a nice score there, and then you can peel off the extra and you end up with a nice clean surface that's tucked in about as much as it possibly can be, unless you take the entire trim piece off. So remember that trick for these tight corners that are hard to tuck and cut in there. For this side, all I did was wrap around the edge and then use a blade. After I wrapped around the edge, use a blade to just cut right along the edge, and then gently smooth the surface down, make sure you got good adhesion. For this edge here, I left a little bit of extra material and cut it actually at this piece. So instead of cutting it next to this, I cut it next to this piece and then tucked the rest in and behind the trim. It's hard to see in the video, but just take your thinner squeegee, tuck it in behind the rubber trim back there. And then for the bottom edge, I went ahead and tucked it as far as I could in there, and then again I used this guy to gently tuck until it scores it and cuts the vinyl there, and then just go back with your blue squeegee, the thicker one, and make sure everything is tucked in nice and good. So that came out really good. I'm pretty happy with the end result, and we're going to move on to the next piece. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave any questions you have in the comments below, and see you next time.